I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. This is something very, very serious. I caught a couple of people in their lives and shit that's been around. And, one thing I can say is that, if you don't like nobody, you should tell them. I feel like you should tell them. Because in the end, it'll all become conflict. It'll be a conflict between you and that person. And that's where I think a whole bunch of things is lying at. And it's becoming a whole unnecessary conflict when you really could have just forgave and it all could have been gone, other than just taking the extreme route and letting it build in you. See, I learned throughout dealing with my father, with him being here with me. Each day it takes, it's going to take a toll. But one day, you're going to realize the person that you are and the person that was inside of you. And you're going to realize that the person inside of you, which is you, is even greater than the person who wants to take over you. You know what I mean? So, I've learned while I've been alone that every day is a process for me, which I've always, taken steps. But also, during my time of taking these steps, I've always ran across a whole bunch of things that went, that just didn't make no sense. It didn't. It did, but I don't know. The whole ideal of that scenario is forgiving. Is not forgiving. I mean, you gotta forgive anyway. But in order to see yourself back in the shoes that you want to be, because anger is something that is very, very, that is mentioned in all different types of words in the book. It's not anger, but it's built up rage, It's called rage, And when you rage at somebody, of course the Father's not going to like that. That's not what he wants. Only the people rages at their own people. You rage at your own people, but you don't rage in the ones that's in your family, or that's trying to take care of you, or, I mean, you can, but you're not supposed to let that devil take over them, because it could take over you and take over their mind, and once it takes over their mind, if they trust in you, then they trust that you will forgive yourself before you inflict their spirit with your rage, So I do understand what it is to forgive. Forget, never. You can never forget though. But if it's a will, I mean, if the Father wants you to forget, you gonna forget. Trust and believe that. You gonna forget. And I do know that a lot of people out there is dealing with this so-called coronavirus, when really you have to look at yourself more and ask yourself, what the hell did you do to deserve, or what did you do to bring this in? Because it's all within you anyway. It's within you, but also you have to look deeper and find out who wants you to feel this way, who wants you to be this way, and also who wants you who wants you to be like this, you know? You know, there's different ways of doing and approaching things, you know, but don't be mad at yourself, man. You can never be mad at yourself. You always give yourself, that stand tall. You know, you stand tall for what you do, and you believe in yourself, and you have to. You know, you can never forget about the things that you've been through. There's a lot of things that I've been through that, you know, all I could say and all I could do is forgive. You know, all I do is forgive, and if anything did happen, you know, that I was in the wrong at one time, I forgive that. You know, I forgive everything. You know what I mean? Because I now understand what it means for another person's spirit to be inflicted with mine, you know, and to be inflicted by my spirit, you know. But I'm still learning. But what I'm learning is like, these are things that was circling your spirit and your heart. These things right here, anything that the devil wants you to do, you gonna do it. Trust and believe that. And if you don't do it, right? If you don't do it, then he'll go to the next step, right? But all it takes is for you to move when he say move, and that's it. It's a wrap. I'm trying to tell you. Then you'll start thinking it's you, when really it ain't you, and you just basically did his work, and he just sat back and laughed at you. So I do understand the whole scenario about forgiving. You know, Father always said that forgiving is one of the biggest things in the book. You know, I mean, it's one of the biggest things anyway. You always have to forgive, even if the forgiving wasn't even what you forgave. You know, you still forgive regardless. You know, don't matter what it is. Don't matter what it is. You know, you never know whose hearts that you could have released, or whose spirit that you could have released inside of another person. You know, you never know if that person right now, if you forgave right now, you never know if that person just started bawling out crying and started to thank you and everything like that. You never know. But there are people out there, you know, that are dealing with the same thing, that are dealing with this shit. And I've already done told y'all, you just have to stay strong through this. You know, if you've always been like this, you just have to stay strong, and you always have to believe in yourself before this plague the whole world and everything like that. I even got videos of me telling you to stay strong, because it's going to get even harder than what you are going through right now. You understand? Everything is going to get real hard. It's going to get real hard. But that's the point. It's going to get hard, because that's the test to see how you're going to act, or to see who you're going to turn to, or what you're going to do when things become brighter or worse. You know, who are you going to serve? Who are you going to praise? What are you going to do? Who are you going to talk to? You know, just because you're happy, you know, you are happy for a reason. You know what I mean? And you just have to learn, you know. And that's what those things are for. That's what those words are for. That's what those texts, and that's why those texts are in the book. That's why most of them are bold, you know, because that's what you know, he wants you to do. He wants you to, and he'll tell you, he'll open you up. He'll open you up and will help you learn. But you can't, you know, he'll tell you, and I can't tell you, but because if you didn't do your own reading, or whatever the case is. I can't say nothing about it. You're just going to continue to fall like I've had. I failed, because I didn't read. But I've read and I've learned, forgiving is a big thing to the Father, You just have to understand, and even if it ain't nothing but a little small thing, you're supposed to forgive it before it even takes over your spirit. That forgiving can be so damn small, but in the end will be so big that you would have thought that, things would have, it could have been way different, but there's a reason why things were the way they are. There's a reason why things are the way they are. There's a reason why people are with the people they are now. There's a reason why some people are alone. There's a reason why. Because you never know what can happen. Who do you believe in? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in this pagan nonsense that they overflow your spirit with? Because in the end, it ain't nothing but one. It ain't nothing but one and one. It ain't nothing but one and one only. That's all. Understand? But I hope you guys have a good one. Try to understand and open up more, You never know, man. That person could be waiting on you to forgive a certain part of you to come back in your life and to heal you more and to help you bring peace in your life and to help you, not even peace, because that person maybe not even want peace, but that person might just help you and guide you. But I hope you guys have a good one. I'm out.